From the Lightning, we have head coach John Cooper. Media, please raise your hand if you have a question. We'll start in the media center at Rogers Place with Steve Wino, Associated Press.
Hey, John, your team obviously found its legs in the third period, got a lot of shots on net. What would you like to see your team do more to try to crack Anton Khudobin?
Well, we have to do a lot more than what we just did in the third. I mean, we didn't. I don't even know if you need to take a shower after the first two periods. But they defend pretty well as a group. We haven't. It's tough. The first games are always tough. Video can only tell you so much until you're in the trenches, really getting to see what's going on. But those first two periods, I don't know. We just didn't have our legs, and it clearly had showed. And we're gonna have to make it a little tougher on their goalie if we're gonna score.
Next one in the media center, Chris Johnston, Sportsnet.
Hey, John, do you think maybe that start was due to the fact that it was a quick turnaround from the end of the last series?
Hard to say. Dallas has been the benefactor probably the last two series of game one and rest in a way. We were a benefactor last series of it. So do I think it plays a factor? I do, but we had some pretty good energy going in the third. We need to bring that in the first or second. So it's now they came out, they were skating, and I think we probably dipped our toes in the water a little bit and watched them skate around for a bit. So I don't know. It's too bad, but as you heard me say a million times, turn the page, move on. Short memory in the playoffs.
Next one up top, Arpon Basu, The Athletic.
Hey, John, in the last series against Vegas, Dallas's last series against Vegas, it always seemed to be that Vegas was in their end, was creating chances, and they just never seemed to be able to break through to the middle. Is there any danger in looking at that third period that you guys played tonight and overvaluing it in a way?
I think so. The thing is, if we had the 3-1 lead, pretty sure the shots wouldn't have been 22-2. We were a benefactor of 3 power plays in the third too, so that helps. They got to play a lot of the same players for quite some time, and then a lot of guys are sitting on the bench. So things went our way, but don't discredit the way we played in the third. I mean, we did push, and they defended. So I don't anticipate periods are going to go like that the rest of the way through. You play differently when you have the lead, bottom line. And their goal, I'm sure, was not to statistically have it go that way, but their goal was to win the game, and that's what they did.
Last one in the media center, Emily Kaplan, ESPN.
Hey, John, it appeared that there was a missed icing call before the Dallas Stars' second goal. I'm curious what you saw on that play.
Well, you wouldn't be asking the question if you didn't think the same thing that we may have thought, but it's a moot point now, so can't go back and change the call.
Joe Smith, The Athletic.
Hey, John, you mentioned the power plays in the third. Obviously, you had good looks on there, but just what's kind of the frustration level when you have so many looks and you get one for the last 20 the last few games?
Yeah, well, you don't – I tell you, the best power plays are – if you're over 20%, you're having pretty good, looks on your PP, but you just don't want them to take momentum. I mean, we created momentum off our PP. I think that was part of the reason we kept going the way we were going. Unfortunately, didn't score. It becomes a little bit more of an eyesore if you don't score when you're behind. And then you say, well, if the PP would have scored. But we were down a couple, not just one. And so, it's unfortunate, but, you go back to the tape and look and see what we can do a little bit better. And like I said, though, they pretty much were in the zone the whole time. They were getting some looks, and they just didn't go in.
We'll do 2 more questions for Coach. Diana Neros, Tampa Bay Times.
Do you think part of the start was that feeling out process that you talked about, just kind of taking a little bit too long for you guys?
Well, we made some errors. Like I think I go back to, I think our first game against the Islanders. The first goal is we just, we make a poor judgment error going into a corner to, defend a player on a hit, and then all of a sudden now we're out of position. So, and I think, I don't know what the shots were in that period, but there wasn't a whole lot of chances either way. It was an even period, and then the second, it's debate the icing call if you want. Regardless, we did some things in that play that normally we don't do. It ended up in our net, and the third one was just a breakdown on our part. So I think in some of these they capitalize on situations that I think we can be better, and good on them. I mean, that's what you have to do if you want to win. And I'm sure they're going to look at the tape and say, "Holy cow, we got away with that," because we didn't score. So it's a fine line there, and I know we got better on this. And like I said, you have to have a short memory this time of year, and we just regroup for game 2.
Last question, Eric Erlinson, Lightning Insider.
Hi, John. You've gotten a lot of production out of the point line and on the Gord line, of course, and you want to see some out of Sorelli's line. They looked pretty as active as they have been throughout the playoffs. How good of a sign is that for your team to maybe get some scoring out of some different areas?
Well, it's baby steps here, and I thought they were a big reason. We had some momentum going there in the third period, and they were guys that created it. So, in the end, you want everybody going here. It's good to see that they did contribute in that way, but in the end, we got to put some pucks in the net, which we didn't do. So, moral victories don't get you the win we wanted. So, hopefully we can be a little bit better in game 2.
Coach, thank you very much for your